Okay, this video is sort of who's who in nutrition and what are the basic schools of nutrition. Because a lot of times the public asks me, why don't I talk to so-and-so? And I'm like, well, they're in a totally different school than me. They wouldn't want to interview me. And also, I previously talked about this subject before, but I just thought of the idea of trees today, and that makes kind of a nice metaphor for explaining this. So there's what I consider the best school of nutrition, and that's low-fat vegan with no oils. And the big pioneer of the whole thing would be Dr. Walter Kempner. Okay. Then there is Dennis Burkitt, the missionary in Africa. There's Nathan Pritikin. There's Dr. L. Day, Dr. McDougall, and these are people. I put these people in low-fat vegan school. What I mean is they're kind of generalists. They have been interested in a wide variety of subjects. They've all either hosted many movies, given many lectures, or written several books on a wide variety of subjects. Okay, there's Jeff Nelson over at VegSource. There's Ruth Heidrich. There's myself, okay, and I think sort of, basically I'm kind of like the new Dr. McDougall. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's the greatest doctor who ever lived. I'm just trying to fill his footsteps, big shoes to fill, but, that's what I'm trying to do. Okay, and anyways, then there's all these health coaches that, do a tremendous amount of teaching to the public. Okay, so that's what I think is the best school of nutrition. The second school where I think a tremendous amount has been learned is from all the specialists. So the specialists are people like, I got to be up close in order to get my School of Athens background to fit. Gregory Sloop, the best atherosclerosis researcher. William Roberts, another great atherosclerosis researcher. Richard Moore, the guy who researched everything about hypertension and ion pumps. Roy Swank, who did all that work on blood sludge and rouleau formation and multiple sclerosis. This guy, Blay, Locke did a lot of brain research that was very good. There's other guys that did a lot of good brain research, Dennis Choi, etc. These two guys are cardiologists, Robert Osfeld out of Montefiore in New York, and Baxter Montgomery. I forget exactly what hospital he's from, out east a bit though. Both of these guys cured congestive heart failure. So that's a big deal. Everybody thinks there's no cure for congestive heart failure, including Martin Pall. I'd put Martin Pall in this category too, of specialists who've done great research that's contributed a lot to health and nutrition. So anyways, these two guys cured congestive heart failure. That's a major big deal, and because there's tons and tons of CHF patients who could benefit from their research. Okay, T. Colin Campbell, all his work on animal protein, and Caldwell Esselstyn, of course. Okay, then the next school over here is what I would call the high-fat phonies. And the high-fat phonies basically recommend some version of actually I meant to put the vegan Mediterranean diet. So they'll preach some version of the vegan Mediterranean diet, and a lot of these guys are very famous, and a lot of them are very smart too. You can learn a lot from them. However, I think a lot of them have sponsors that get them to promote stuff they shouldn't promote, and I also think a lot of them are selling supplements and that they're very biased in terms of those supplements, okay? And so the characteristic things they tend to promote are soy. A lot of them even promote chocolate and cocoa, olive oil, omega-3s, coffee, tea, good fats, so-called good fats. I don't think there are any good fats other than so-called fiber fat. MSG, MFG, that old people need more protein, nuts, seeds, all this stuff. So I sort of think of them as the marketable, profitable version of the vegan diet. It's really a vegan Mediterranean diet. It allows a lot of stuff, a lot more than I would. My specific diet version, you could call it the Spartan vegan diet or the medical monk diet. And the next school over here would be what I call the university phonies, and this includes the Ivy League places, a lot of the most famous medical centers. A lot of famous psychiatrists promote this type of diet. The Harvard School of Public Health promotes it, and this is a Mediterranean diet, pretty much the standard Mediterranean diet, which includes meat and oils, and really quite a bit of oils. They even had at the Harvard School of Public Health, they had oils as the foundation of diet, which I think is insane. I think it's ridiculous. It's a terrible diet. Okay, and then last and certainly least would be like the nonsense factory of paleo, keto, carnivore, low carb. That's just complete nonsense for the pros. But anyways, these are sort of the major schools of nutrition, so you can kind of see how it all works. And you can kind of figure out who's in this school. And like I said, you can learn a lot from them, but be careful when they start getting onto their sales ideas. So anyways, hope that's helpful.